just wanted to share something, just wanted to encourage someone. I'm just sitting here and I was just talking to God and I was just thanking him for peace of mind, because I've had anxiety for a long time and blocked it out with different things, distractions, whatever. But the past year, I have experienced a level of anxiety that was so bad, it actually rocked my faith. It had me feeling scared and hopeless, and it was really, really strong. That feeling where you wake up with anxiety, like constantly just in fight or flight, you kind of forget it's anxiety. Like, I found out that I had ADHD. Anxiety is a symptom of ADHD, but anxiety is also a symptom of trauma, and I suffer with both of those. When you start getting extreme anxiety that you wake up with, it's very discouraging. It made me feel far from God, or that I'd done something to make God not want to be near me. God's like a father, but he just loves us, even more than our earthly father. And I just didn't have a father to compare that to. So I don't know, I just guessed that whatever love God had for me had run out, because I'm always feeling horrible. I'm always feeling scared. And I know what the presence of God feels like, and it feels peaceful and lovely. And I was just feeling the opposite. I felt like knowing about my mental health now was going to be just, because it did feel really liberating finding out. But then it just all went south, and I didn't really look at what was going on around me. I just started judging myself. It just got worse and worse and worse. And basically, it's gone. I still get anxious about stuff, but I catch it. Do you know what I mean? And I don't wake up with anxiety anymore. It's not like a normal fear. It's like a panicky and worried and paranoid and weird and Anyway, what I'm getting at is peace of mind's actually uncomfortable for me. Like, I find the silence and not having an urge to worry and stress and obsess about negative things, I find it actually so new that it feels sometimes like I miss anxiety. I start tensing up. I start feeling like I need to be panicking or worrying for things to be normal. Yeah, someone must be going through this as well. If you feel like you're learning about your mental health and you're dealing with it, but you just find that you just never feel free, like, nothing wrong, nothing's happening that's wrong, but I'm still feeling anxious, or doing what I do and just tensing up and like, what can I worry about? Because it's almost like you feel like you've got your guard down if you dare to relax or you dare to embrace peace. It's almost like something could creep up on you and surprise you and steal your happiness, and you're not going to let that happen. So you're just going to stay worried and stay scared and stay on guard, and that's just robbing you of your peace. Peace and happiness is available to you. There is fullness of joy in the presence of God. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. The joy of the Lord is your strength. I just wanted to remind you of those things. And I just wanted to remind you that you don't always have to be in that mode. Check yourself. Check and think, what is it? Why am I feeling like this? Yeah, some things come out of nowhere and they're not always, there doesn't have to be a trigger. But sometimes you've been healed. You're on a journey to healing. God's freed you from something. But because you're so used to it and you can't even grasp that thing that you're dreaming of, which mine was peace of mind, because I can't grasp it and I'm not used to it, it feels dangerous. I'm still trying to make sense of it. My therapist says that people can get addicted to worry. And I get it. I do. Literally. When you've constantly been in situations where you either fear for your safety, fear for your life, or other people's, or you see something that just makes you question your safety and your security, whatever it could be, that causes you to change your behaviour and now take on this stance of fear. I'm not saying that all anxiety derives from that. Yes, anxiety is something that comes out of nowhere. Yes, anxiety is a symptom of ADHD, and ADHD is incurable. But also, anxiety can be super unreasonable, and it can also be an effect of trauma. Trauma is curable. You can be healed. You have to deal with the stuff that you've witnessed, deal with the stuff that you've gone through. But you do have access to peace of mind. It's actually real. To anybody who God's answered your prayers, but you still feel anxious, you still feel scared, you still feel like, anything could happen at any minute that could just ruin everything. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I suppose it could, but there's no point acting like it. There's no point being prepared for it, because there's a fat chance it won't. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not just trying to say, just brush your anxiety aside. No, listen, I'm only just breaking up with the hunt, so I get it. But sometimes we're so used to being scared that when there's nothing to be scared of, we're forcing it. What I wanted to finish with, I think, is you might not have been diagnosed with PTSD or CPTSD, but you know some stuff's happened in your life and it's changed you. You're not the same. You don't act the same. You don't think the same. You're in fight or flight. You feel like you've got to protect yourself all the time. Whatever it might be, I just want to encourage you to pray about it, to ask God to heal you, to seek healing, therapy, or just stop trying to act strong. Stop trying to act like bad things can happen to you and you're okay with it because you're strong. Because you're not strong, you're just numb, but you're anxious. Do you know what I mean? And I'm talking to myself because I'm only just stepping out of that zone. So, yeah. If there are things that have happened and you know they changed you up, but you've just done a great job of just forgetting about it. It's over. Forget about it. You know, you've even got a forgiving heart and forgiven people that have hurt you and you're getting on with life. But there's still things and still areas in your life where you can see if that thing didn't happen, you know you wouldn't be so awkward or so weird or so held back or so cold in certain ways. Sorry if any of those terms offend you, but I'm talking about myself. So I'm just using it as an example. You can be healed. You can choose to deal with those things, identify and come face to face with the pain that they caused, even though you never have and you've buried it and you're super strong. And yeah, you could be set free. None of those chains and anxiety and all that rubbish. Do it for yourself. Do it for your future. Do it for the fact that you've got a long life ahead of you and you need to enjoy it. You're going to be stressing about stuff. God's going to give you everything you ask for and you're still not going to be happy. You're still not going to be relaxed because you haven't grasped it. It's not your fault. If loads of bad things have happened and you just don't know what happiness and peace is fully, you know, you can smile on a good day, but that true inner peace, that true contentment, is different. It's different to having a good day. It's totally different. And if you know that that's something that you don't identify with and you also know you're strong and you get over things easy and nothing really bothers you, let this be a sign that you need to invite a bit of healing into your life. You might not suffer from missing anxiety, but, you know, your relationships will suffer if you don't get healed. I had to throw that little bit at the end about relationships because some people don't love themselves enough to do it for themselves. Some people don't have enough hope about their future to want to do it for themselves. So think about your relationships with your children, your relationships with your future children, your spouse, your partner, your family. If you're not healed, not only will your behaviours affect the relationship, but the way you receive people is going to be nuts as well. You might not even feel like there's anything you need healing from, but that's all cool as well. You could just have anxiety from eating too much sugar. But if you do know that the stuff that's happened, you've never faced it, and you've always been okay with bad things happening because you're strong, now's the time. And it doesn't have to be something big. You could have got sacked from a job, rejected for a date, witnessed a car crash. You could have had your own trauma happen, a relationship that, you know, you were treated horribly. We're all different. Different things can traumatize different people. If something happened that you pictured you could have been sad about, or you thought most people get sad about, and it didn't bother you because you won't let it, you've definitely put up a barrier of some kind. Speaking from experience, I just want to encourage you to just go to God in prayer and ask him to begin a healing process in you, because the freedom available when you deal with the things that were wounding you, life-changing. This has gone so left and I forgot why I started it. But it was just me sitting here thinking like, I don't know what to do with myself unless I'm panicking sometimes. Yeah, with ADHD, the panic motivates me and stimulates my brain enough to make me act, but it's draining. It's really draining. And now I don't have that constant anxiety, even though it's a symptom of ADHD and ADHD is incurable. It's because I've committed to healing. It's because I've committed to going into my past, all the things that I just didn't want to face because it would have been too difficult or I didn't want to talk about, I'm actually facing, and it's hard and it's horrible. But at the same time, while I was thinking about and going through it's hard and horrible, I'm not waking up with anxiety every day. God is good.